Whitecap Bulldogs of the Fresno State.
The 2021 NCAA Women's Water Polo Championship continues. Quarterfinal action. We're on to our third match of the day. The defending champion, the Stanford Cardinal, the 2 seed. That large selection out of the MPSF, they take on the Fresno State Bulldogs, the winners of the Golden Coast Conference. The Bulldogs making their debut in NCAA tournament play under head coach Natalie Benson in her 4th season. And they're in at 13-5. They defeated San Diego State 14-10 to claim the GCC title before defeating Kalu earlier this week. Now let's look back at our earlier matches today. First up, USC defeated Marist. This was a closer affair in the first quarter, and then the #1 team in the country and the top seed, they did what they do best. Defense leading to offense, getting out on the counterattack. 4-goal games for 3 of their key players as they advance to take on Arizona State. We'll see highlights from that match momentarily as ASU was able to upend Michigan 9-5. This was all Arizona State. Benta Roja playing well, and they just had a defensive answer for Michigan at every turn. Neither side could get going on the power play. They were both over, but it didn't matter. 9 natural goals. They did the job for Arizona State, and they are moving on as they will take on USC in our first semifinal. Up next, these two looking to advance to the other semifinal. Stanford comes out in the dark caps, Fresno State in the light. Stanford going with Emilia Eichelberger in the cage, Lexi Rowell, Hannah Shab, Chloe Harbillis, Sarah Klass, Jill Romer, and Skylar Jones in the field. Fresno State, Hope Stokes in the cage, Emily Nicholson, Callie Woodruff, Daphne Gevramon, Sydney Coachman, Sienna Jagielski, and Claire Shady. And we are underway in this one. Scott Volz, Danielle DeBajian are officials as the Cardinal control on offense to start. And here's Stanford on offense to begin. Harbillis takes a look and now works outside to Romer. Romer, stellar freshman season for Stanford. Shab now, the veteran, back to Romer. Knocked down there, a fight for it, and it's taken away by Fresno State. And Fresno State works back to Stokes, the junior. And now in transition, we'll see an exclusion. Skylar Jones excluded, and Fresno State will go up on their first 6-on-5 of the day. Bulldogs, the underdogs in this one, looking to strike first. Fresno State swings it near side. Skip is taken away. Eichelberger on the stop, knocks down that try from Claire Shady. Sides are even. And now it's Stanford on the attack. Here's Klass moving in. Off the post. Rebound fought for, and an exclusion now against Fresno State. Power play here for Stanford coming. Coachman going off. Shab moving in. Swings it around now. Around the perimeter, they work it. Here's Romer. Romer works along 2 meters, gives off to Shab. Nothing there. Now Klass. That's off the frame of the cage and away. And so both sides get a look at the power play, and both are unable to convert as we are more than a minute and a half gone by in this first quarter. There's Jagielski. That ball turns over. An offensive against Fresno State. And now Harbillis on the attack for the Cardinal. Here's Romer filling a lane. Jewel Romer has time. Gives back. Harbillis puts it in. And Stanford is able to connect first. Chloe Harbillis. And Stanford takes an early 1-0 lead with 6:12 to play. Cardinal losing to USC 9-6 in the MPSF final. But they are back here in the NCAA tournament. They are the only team to make every NCAA tourney. The NCAA Women's Water Polo Championship celebrating 20 years this year in 2021. And The Card have been here every time. Pass inside, tipped away and stolen. Good defense there from Sophie Wallace, who just came on. And now Eichelberger will take a look, the redshirt senior from Honolulu, Hawaii. Moving ahead, quick advancement. Turn inside, and the crash is there from Fresno State.
Shady, her second steal. 5.5 here in the opening quarter.
Ordinary called as Fresno State looking to advance with Gevermone. Here's Woodruff. Lets it fly. That's well high of the cage. Off the mark. Callie Woodruff.
It's high, and it's Cardinal ball. Long outlet into the hand of Class.
Here's Sarah Class. Cross pass to Shab. Has time. That skip took a funny bounce off the water. Might have been partially deflected there by Fresno State.
Rebound controlled by Jagelski. And it's Bulldog ball. Outlet up top, Jagelski.
Jagielski. Second exclusion called here on Stanford. Fresno State on the power play, and a timeout will be called by Natalie Benson and Fresno State.
Dark. Romer.
Exclusion on Jewel Romer, her first.
And a timeout, Fresno State, 4:37 on the clock.
Fresno State will gather up the squad to talk things over. Let's take a second look at that last attempt on goal. Looks like it was partially deflected there, perhaps off the shoulder of Gevermone. Sun now playing a factor here. A bit of a glare off the water as we get a look at John Tanner. So this is an early timeout for Fresno State, but seeing the value in the second 6-on-5 opportunity. And just talking with Natalie Benson before this game, any key here to the first 4 minutes, 8 minutes is opening quarter, and she talked very much about controlling the pace of this game. Don't let Stanford get into the things they like to do. And with the Cardinal ahead 1-0, a chance here to try and even this game up and maintain some control of that pace. This is a brand new program at Fresno State, just in its 4th season. Benson coming over from Marist to help launch the program and has gotten them into the NCAA tournament just in 4 quick years. And now a chance here out of the timeout on the 6-on-5. Haworth is on, works to Shady. Up top now. Patient on the perimeter. Sides coming even. Haworth steps up the skip. And Eichelberger denies it but cannot keep it in play, so it'll come back to Fresno State. But sides are even. So the Bulldogs now 0 for 2 on the advantage early on. Cynthia Rosa, the speedster from Montebello, California, will put it in play. Some pressure here for Rosa just to get the ball back in play. And an exclusion. So a little aggressive there on the perimeter for Hannah Shab. And another 6-on-5 for Fresno State. Shab will go off. Third power play try here from the outside. This one works. Score it for Daphne Gevermone, the junior from Quebec, Canada. And Fresno State, third time is the charm. Here a few barks from the Bulldog bench. And that one right up over the block. And that's the 38th goal for Gevermone, the all-first team Golden Coast Conference selection. Fresno State, after advancing through the GCC, they had to play in the opening round where they defeated Cal Lutheran in this pool on Wednesday, 15-7. Winner of this match takes on the winner of our next one, UCLA and Hawaii. Here's Romer. Now Wallace.
He's into the one spot corner.
Here's Class.
Class slides up to the flat.
Halfway through this first quarter.
It's over to Romer.
Romer gives a look and hits. Jewel Romer,
Romer is good.
her 39th goal on the year. Out of Martinez, California, Acalanes High School in the East Bay of Northern California. And a rising talent, not just collegiately, but internationally. Spent time over the last year training with the USA women's national team as they prepare for the Tokyo Olympics this summer. And is on the board with her first goal and puts Stanford back ahead now 2-1. 3:26 to play in the first.
Here's Rosa.
Rosa at the lob, and Eichelberger reads it
This way it goes off
and
speed.
knocks it down.
Eichelberger, not
Tough
too
angle there for a lob.
going towards the 3-minute mark here in the first.
Second look, Rosa tries to float this one up over Eichelberger's head, but at 6 feet tall. Emilia right there.
To Wallace. He centers Class.
Wallace now gives a look.
The corner.
Good look inside, and putting it away in close is Katie Lyons.
Left side of the cage on a pass from Constance. Lyons.
So Hannah Constance put that one over the top for Katie Lyons, the sophomore. And she's able to hit for her 11th goal. Beautiful passing here. And then a quick regather at about 2 meters. Able to get inside of the defender, Rosa, to score. And a 3-1 lead for Stanford. Woodruff off the ball, an exclusion.
Forward arc.
This is Floran Carroll leaving for Stanford.
Bulldogs. 2.5 mark.
6 on 5 once more for Fresno State.
Rosa. Short pass.
Big opportunity. Good effort to recover there for Gakatan in what looked to be a near steal for Stanford. Still on the 6 on 5, but this has been out of whack from the start after that dropped pass. Sides coming even now, still 10 on the shot clock. Power play's over. Again, a lob attempt off speed, and Eichelberger an easy gather. So not able to fool the veteran keeper on the last few attempts. And now Stanford will get their chance on the 6 on 5.
Rosa. 6 on 5.
Moving in, Stamen.
Out to Class. She steps out the little.
Sarah Class gives a look. She'll push it along to 2 meters. Carroll, Class. In close, stopped. Hope Stokes is there, and then throws it away, trying to get it out of a dangerous area, but nobody was there for Fresno State. It comes right back to Stanford. Advantage is over, but Cardinal still have the ball. Class works to Carroll. Skip right off the frame of the cage and away. And it's back to Stokes, so Fresno State dodging a couple of close calls here. Right in front, that's a beautiful save by Stokes, and then the next time around it would glance off the crossbar and away. Bad pass there. Class getting in front. Able to take that one from Woodruff as we near 1 minute to play here in the first quarter. Good energy to start this one, third quarter final of the day. Madison Stamen.
Up top is Class.
Sarah Class pours that inside, and big swings from behind and an exclusion. Howarth going off.
Exclusion 15, White, Howard. Advantage Cardinal.
Stanford on their third 6 on 5, 0 for 2 thus far. 30 seconds to play, first quarter. A few fakes, the field block is there.
Nice field block from Diacono.
Diacono able to knock that one down inside.
The Cardinal.
Second effort, Stokes is there with the stop.
Stokes.
Strong defense here on these last 2 attempts from Stanford by Fresno State. Cardinal now 0 for 3 on the advantage. Dangerous pass back towards Stokes. And Fresno State again So close to allowing a goal there in close. On the other end now, Eichelberger punches it out of play with 1 second left. And that should bring us just about to the end of the first quarter. Cardinal, a couple of moments there where they could have been ahead 5-1. It's Fresno State flirting with disaster. Tough angle, but you can shoot it from there on the restart from 2. Eichelberger knocks that down with ease, and after the opening 8 minutes, Stanford 3, Fresno State 1 in our third quarterfinal. Defending champs looking to get past a team making their tournament debut. A couple of early scores here. This one coming from Jewel Romer, and Cardinal are early on. Fresno State, their defense keeping the Bulldogs close in this one. A combination of some field blocks and the work of the junior Hope Stokes. And they have kept pace with the Cardinal, trailing 3-1, but they've kept it from getting out of hand, and now we'll try to battle back on offense for Stanford. The defending champions, 12-5 on the year, 8-4 in conference under longtime head coach John Tanner in his 24th season. They know how this works, and they've been challenged before in the quarterfinal round. In fact, a team like Stanford almost certainly expects it. Going to get everyone's best effort. Power play for the Cardinal. Here's Class, deals in. Now Shab. Back around, Class takes a look through traffic. Sarah Class giving Stanford their first power play goal. In what looked like a difficult lane to shoot through. Let's get a second look here.
Second assist.
And so it's just underneath a couple of Fresno State hands. Skylar Jones was drawing some consideration as well. Sarah Class adds to her team lead in goals, now 43 for the senior from Danville, California. Jagielski moving in. Takes a look, nothing there, now Shady. Left-hander sails it. Going to pull the ball out.
Hey, no ball, no ball.
I think the call is there was a tip out on that from Eichelberger. I didn't think she got near that ball, but really the case. So new possession now for Fresno State. Jagielski. Dangerous pass inside. He's trying to set up Emily Nicholson, who has been quiet thus far. Still plenty of time on the shot clock for Fresno State. Lob attempt here, that's over the goal. Diacono trying to catch Eichelberger out of position. With 6.5 to play here in the first half.
Lions. Up top, Romer.
Romer now works to Jones.
In the corner, Indart.
Lauren Indart has come on, now goes back to Jones. Skylar Jones moving in, here's Harbilis. Heavy foul, a little too much on it. That's an exclusion on Jagielski.
Advantage Cardinal.
Power play here to Stanford.
Back to the hand Harbless. She goes to the 6
Arbelis.
Romer slides over to the 5.
That one will just slide past the keeper.
Shot to go in.
Jewel Romer
59.
adds her second
Hannah, let's go.
on the 6-on-5. Romer goes just past the head of Diacono and then able to beat the keeper. Classic example of what John Tanner was talking about when it comes to her impact. Said she sees the game from all angles, and you'd have to make that play work.
Vermont feeds it forward to Shady.
Said she adds a lot, very poised for a young player, and just a real comprehensive impact in all facets here in the pool for Stanford. 5-1 lead for Stanford, so this one at the risk of getting away from Fresno State. Eichelberger again on the stop, this time turning away Diacono.
Outlet to Lyons.
Here's the outlet now to Katie Lyons.
Kick back to Harbless.
Arbelis takes a look.
Turns it over.
Looking for the outlet now. Woodruff ahead, tried to let go in hopes of drawing a penalty. Not to be, as Stanford had help on the way.
Brings back over it.
They have the takeaway, and now they're back on offense. Under 5 to play in the first half.
Ball work around the perimeter. That's to Indart.
Lauren Indart.
Back to Carroll. Carroll slides
Florian
over.
Carroll now.
Indart there on the flat.
Shot clock to 10 for Stanford.
To Indart.
Indart will have an opportunity and hits.
Good.
Lauren Indart, the junior,
Lexi.
doesn't typically score a ton
Indart.
for this Stanford squad. But had a lane here and took it. Just her 5th goal on the year. Indart came into this season with just 13 goals over her first 2 seasons. But the defense gave her an opportunity. You hear it all the time. If you're going to get an opening like that to help keep these defenses honest, you have to take those shots. 6-1 lead for Stanford. Looking for Woodruff. Step out. Eichelberger right there to meet it. Good turn from Callie Woodruff, the senior from Baytown, Texas.
Counting towards the 4-minute mark.
But
here
Eichelberger was ready.
in quarter 2. Boston beats it up top to Wallace. Number 1-2, but excluded is number 9, Rosa.
Cynthia Rosa will go off. And a timeout called by John Tanner and Stanford.
Indart steps up and coach apologizes. Timeout it is.
And a chance here to add a 3rd power play goal with 4:06 left in the first half. 6-1 lead for Stanford. We told you earlier about USC and their role in the last decade here in collegiate water polo, and how it's been USC and this Stanford team just trading titles back and forth. Stanford did win in 2002. They didn't win again until 2011. And then the 2010s decade, very good to the Cardinal. They won titles in 2011, 12, 14, 15, 17, and 19, winning the most recent title, with the 2020 season getting stopped early due to the pandemic. And when they're not winning the title, they're in the title game. They have been in that title game repeatedly. Here now without some of their key personnel, as so many teams are in an Olympic year. Sisters Mackenzie and Aria Fisher training for Tokyo. Ryan Neuschel training with the senior national team. 6-on-5. Sides coming even. Save is there. Hope Stokes knocks it down and then gathers it up. Arbilla's seeing if she could try and clean something up there, but Hope Stokes able to hang on.
Bulldogs good, 5-on-6 in the front court now. Trying to chip away at this Stanford lead.
Heavy pressure here from the Cardinal. Eichelberger yelling press, and perhaps too heavy of a press. Here's a chance and a score. 6-on-5 is there for Fresno State from Claire Shady. Exclusion on Madison Stamen. Fresno State striking quickly.
3:21.
A little more than 3 minutes to go
Constance, after putting it in, gets it back.
here in the first half.
Wallace works it around.
Stamen takes a look.
Stamen steps up, gets it
Up
back
on her
to
legs,
Wallace.
nothing there. Now Wallace. Field block on that entry pass. A scrum for it.
By the hand of
Shot clock to 5. It'll be Constance.
Constance.
Timer to 3. And the field block is there to help out on the Fresno State defense.
Looks like Diacono had a hand on that.
Second look. Nicely done by Diacono to knock that one away. Now working inside. Woodruff. Check that, it's Coachman. Nowhere to go, works out high. Shady. Wave off the shot try.
Shot is waved off.
Emily Nicholson.
Contra foul.
An offensive foul into 2 meters. The big center
Halftime.
from New Zealand has been neutralized early here by Stanford.
Gets over the corner.
Pressure on Romer.
Shady drops off after the ordinary. Romer gets it up top. That's to Wallace. Ordinary call. And Diacono.
Wallace takes a look. Backhands off the post. And Hope Stokes gathers it up.
Turn into a backhand. That's off the left post. In the hand of Class. Controlled by Stokes. Under 2 to play before half.
Nearing halftime now. Less than 2 minutes to go
Guvermont.
until intermission.
Ordinary call.
There's Gavermone controlling.
Just to Shady.
Shady now advancing. Arbillas there to meet her. Looking for help. Dangerous pass. Somehow tries to get that one into Coachman. And then Coachman called for a suit grab.
Coachman was disrupted. She ends up getting excluded.
So Coachman, I think, caught that pass off of the face, tried to move towards the goal, and then was kicked out on the way back. 6-on-5 now for Stanford.
There to Romer. In the pocket. Back to Romer.
Romer has 2. Deals out to Class.
Skip shot.
Skip shot, bar out.
By Class is off the crossbar.
And then a timeout called by Fresno State.
Timeout call, 106.
Stanford now 2 for 7 on their 6-on-5 tries. As Natalie Benson will talk things over with her group. Fresno State 13-5 on the year. They went 6-1 in the Golden Coast Conference. I was talking to her this week about the premise of getting such a new program to the NCAA tournament. You know, where did this topic come up when you're recruiting people to build something brand new? And she said early on that really wasn't a big selling point about making the NCAAs. The early recruiting classes, the Emily Nicholsons that came and signed on, the Callie Woodruffs, the Sydney Coachmans, they weren't talking about NCAA tournament. They were talking about the opportunity to build something new. That's what inspired those young women to come to Fresno. She said, look, every conference can pitch automatic bid and go to the tournament. Not everyone can talk about building something new and seeing where you can take it. And that's what she was able to do with this group. They've played the best teams they could get on their schedule every year and built this thing up. And it's interesting, even though the premise would be it'd take a lot longer to make the NCAA tournament, they're obviously very happy to get here in 4 years. And Benson added, look, while everyone told her, give yourself 5 or 6 years before you start thinking about the tournament. So that's not really fair to the first kids that come here. The ones that only have 4 years or now with COVID 5 years. Why can't that be part of their dream too? And so you get the opportunity to do both. She had a great line. You want to plant the tree and you want the fruit. That's okay. That's what they've done with the Fresno State program, building something new and now into the NCAAs. Gev Ramon out of the timeout. Under a minute to go in this first half. Off the post on that try from distance from Gev Ramon, as nothing was working inside 5 meters. A couple of drives stalled out. Now 30 seconds left here in this first half. About a 3-second differential shot in game clock. Arbelis pours that inside. Here's Shab, hook shot off the bar. Could not get it to go. She had great position. Keeper was out. Could not put it away. Shot clock is off now, just 12 seconds left. Fresno State looking for one more opportunity, perhaps. Trying to advance, but heavy pressure here from Stanford. Look at Romer just bottling up the attempt to advance here in the backcourt. And that is where this will end. 2 quarters complete in this quarterfinal matchup between Stanford and Fresno State, and it is the defending champion Cardinal. They are in front 6-2 over the newcomers from Fresno State here at the NCAA tournament.
The NCAA would like to thank official equipment supplier Cap 7.
A look back at some of the moments from this first half. 2 big goals for Jewel Romer to help pace that back. All right, third quarter on the way here at UCLA. Stanford 6, Fresno State 2. Halftime just wrapping up in our third quarter final. We've got one more to go. UCLA and Hawaii to close things out tonight on a busy quarterfinal Friday. But we look back first at some first half action here. Fresno State making their NCAA tournament debut, trying to keep pace with a veteran Stanford squad that has been in every one of these NCAA tournaments. And Cardinal started to get their offense in gear here. They have tremendous depth throughout their squad, and saw the likes of Jewel Romer, one of their talented newcomers, and then some of their veterans, upperclassmen like Sarah Klass and Chloe Harbilis, able to connect as well. That's all part of a 6-2 lead as we start off this third quarter, and Stanford controls the opening sprint. It'll be interesting to see, can Fresno State activate their center, Emily Nicholson? She has not been able to get going in at 2 meters, comes in having drawn over 60 exclusions, so a real threat in at 2 meters, but Stanford has done a nice job limiting her effectiveness here to start. Dangerous pass inside, a penalty. So Stanford aggressive to start this third quarter. Looking to set something up going towards the goal. Callie Woodruff, the guilty party. And here comes a penalty try for Jewel Romer to give the Cardinal their 7th goal of the day. And score it for Romer. So 3 quick goals for Jewel Romer, now 41 on the year for the freshman. The latest freshman phenom to join the Stanford program. They've had a number of them over the years. Talked about Mackenzie Fisher as Fresno State getting an important one right back. Daphne Guevramon, her second. And that's a big answer for Fresno State. To not let this one get too far afield. Second look. And tucks that underneath the shot block. And near side post. It's the 39th goal for Guevramon. Benson refers to her as a silent assassin. And when moments get tough, when the heat turns up, that's when she thrives. So these are pressure-packed moments. See if the Bulldogs work for her more regularly. Arbillis facing pressure. Now Romer. Romer, good look. Shab breaks free and is just off the mark. Looks like they'll rule that was a tip off of Stokes initially. It looked as if the call was Shab just missed. And then a second look was that it was a tip. Now Shab had breaking free of her defender, got inside and unable to connect. But Stanford will keep the ball in offense. Shab inside, and Stokes surging out to push that one away. And now giving some instruction to Isabella Shonkoy. Here comes Shonkoy on the move, wearing the 7 cap.
He's it for Guevramon.
Guevramon now.
Looking for a friend.
There's an ordinary. Shot clock to 10. Prescado. The exclusion. But right as the exclusion was called, Fresno State gives it away on a turnover. That's a crusher. They were about to set up for a 6-on-5, and right as the Cardinal were excluded, the ball fell off the hands of the Bulldogs, and it's taken right back by Stanford. Power play never even happens, and Stanford now on the attack. And those are the type of plays you have to be on your absolute A game against a team like Stanford. And those are the moments they just can't happen if you're going to try and pull the upset. Turnover now. So Stanford gives it right back. A little more than 5 minutes to go. Backhand, that one will spin past the keeper, Eichelberger, and we wondered, well, when would Emily Nicholson get in the mix? And she does right there. The senior from Auckland, New Zealand. They've been looking to get her involved, holds position, and the backhand is on point. 36th goal on the year. She has had at least 30 goals in every season in Fresno. Piled up 56 back in 2019. And just seemingly endless energy for a center. It's one of the challenges. Sometimes centers, ones that can be very physical, can only come in for short bursts, but Nicholson has set herself apart by being someone that can stay in the game. Class now attacking. Shot clock to 8. Inside. Arbillis. Triple team. And an exclusion call that will go against Emily Nicholson. So Stanford now will get their 8th chance on the 6-on-5. They're 2 for 7 thus far. And the Cardinal did a nice job here getting extended offensive possessions. Take some time off the clock, they'll attack, and then get a rebound, draw an exclusion, and go to work again. That'll be a penalty. And that was an easy one for the officials to call, as Arbillis was dragged backwards as that cross pass was headed her way. And now Class to take the penalty. And score it for Sarah Class. Second penalty shot connect.
427, her second goal.
That's second goal of the day for Sarah Class. Stokes lunging left, just couldn't get a hand on that one. (8-4) Cardinal. Near the halfway mark of the third quarter. This is really make or break time here for Fresno State. Can they get this one a little bit closer, or at least keep pace? And for Stanford, they've faced many teams that are trying to pull the upset. Can they silence any rally attempts? How about this look inside? Putting it away in close, Callie Woodruff. The senior out of Ross Sterling High School in Texas adds her 29th. An all GCC selection there, a second look. One of the first big recruits to sign on. Could have gone a lot of places, chose Fresno. Benson says she epitomizes that Valley pride. You see the giant logo V and a lot of Fresno State material. They rep the Valley. 8-5. Under 4 to go in the third.
Turns the ball over. Fresno State.
Ball back to Fresno State. Pressure ramping up. They have an open player. It's Gevermone. She'll move in. Fires off the bar. Rebound comes right to a waiting Sarah Class.
There's Romer. She pulls up.
Now Romer throws ahead a little bit high, looking to find Stamen.
Working in center is Class. Defending is Diacono.
Constance gives to Romer.
Steps up, right angle.
Romer has a couple of athletes inside. One of them is Sarah Class, who takes the catch and slams it in. Her third.
That's Romer's third assist.
Well, there were two options popping up as Romer worked near the 2-meter line. Class is in the bottom of your picture. There's another one behind. The other option was Katie Lyons. Romer took the short route, found Sarah Class, and she puts that home for a 9-5 lead with 3:11 to go here in the third. Now, 45 goals for Class. How about her consistency over the last 3 seasons? 45 this year, 41 last year, 42 in 2019.
17, Dark Romer.
Jill Romer now goes off. That's her second exclusion. And we've got a 6-on-5 now for Fresno State. Skip shot, tipped away, and hunted down Eichelberger. Great pursuit as that one was dancing towards the out-of-bounds area.
Good for her 10th save.
This one skips high, and Eichelberger avoids the dreaded donut
Here in the third.
by knocking that one away.
Constance.
On the other end, exclusion.
She pass draws the exclusion on 11 White. Diacono.
Diacono goes out, Stanford goes in.
Side, put in quickly.
Romer back at it, now 4.
Fourth goal of the game to lead all scorers.
10-5 Cardinal. So they quickly turn a 3-goal game back into a 5-goal advantage. Under 2.5 to go, third quarter. Stanford now 3 for 9 on 6-on-5s. Fresno State will get another opportunity on their own power play. This is their 8th opportunity.
Dark Wallace. Advantage.
Bad pass. And they'll quickly call a timeout. Once that pass was off the mark, Benson quickly calls for time.
2:12 on the clock here in the third.
And so Fresno State down to just 1 30-second timeout, so she's not saving any here for later. Six on fives, the passing, vital. And once that pass went high and they were a bit out of sorts, making the choice, call for the quick timeout and try and put something together here. With still some time left on the advantage. Closer look at Benson, who went to UCLA. It was not at all lost on her that her first NCAA tournament trip as a coach would be back to the place where she went to school, but it was very quick. Did not want to get too much into her UCLA history because she's very focused on this team and wants to make sure that everyone knows that she is all in on Fresno State. Obviously proud of what she did with UCLA, but this is about Fresno State's journey, not about what she was able to accomplish in a dominant run as a Bruin. But she did note it was fitting when you talk about firsts. This is the 20th anniversary of the NCAA Women's Water Polo Championship. Benson, then Natalie Golda, was on that first team that won the first ever NCAA title. And now to come back to UCLA making Fresno State's debut. There's some fun symmetry there. Another first. Out of the timeout, Bulldogs still on the advantage. Nearing 2 minutes to go in the third. Sides coming even. Fresno State's got to go. Eichelberger with the stop has another key save to cancel out a Fresno State power play. Bulldogs now 2 for 8. Now on the counter. Arbillis walks it in. Shot clock to 10. Arbillis pours it inside. Tipped away. A race for it. And Prescado is there first for Fresno State.
1:20 left in the third.
Ball turns over. Fresno State gives it back. Counterattack underway. Sarah Class leading the charge. Cardinal up 10-5, going for more. Class moving in, takes a defender with her and buries it. Sarah Class has her fourth. And Stanford now in front 11-5. And creating some distance between themselves and the upset-minded Fresno State squad. See how this one developed. Stanford, like SC, the veteran teams, the very strong squads, they get a turnover and they are ready to go. The swim meet begins as they search out the counterattack.
Woodruff up top.
Callie Woodruff now. Near side, Howarth is stopped. Eichelberger add another save to the ledger.
Shot clock is dry, final half minute.
Shot clock is off, less than 30 seconds to go here in the third. Stanford in front 11-5, threatening with more. Constance moving in, the skip is in. Hannah Constance adds another for the Cardinal. Now 12-5, and they are blowing it open here to close out the third. Again, defenders have to make choices, peeling off, covering the other side, and leaving the keeper. A one-on-one, and Hannah Constance, the sophomore from Irvine, California. She has now 25 goals on the year. Older sister Kayla played for the Cardinal not long ago. Now Hannah here, the next generation. Shot clock is off, just 5 seconds left. A lot of white water. We've got a penalty called. That was Nicholson battling in low. She'll draw a penalty. It'll go against Skylar Jones. That's her second. So Fresno State will get their first penalty try. And Preciado will step up. Knocked away. Eichelberger is there to turn back the 5-meter try. Fresno State will retain possession with 4 seconds left. Redirect in close. Eichelberger throws it away, and that's how the third quarter ends. Stanford expands their lead now 12-5. They lead Fresno State. And an excellent defensive effort. Emilia Eichelberger in cage now 13 saves. She has shut the door on this Fresno State squad. 8 minutes remain in this quarterfinal matchup. It's a 12-5 lead for the defending champs. They are looking to advance. And we're back. New goalie in for Stanford, Maya Avatal, a freshman from Newport Beach, California, at Cardinal Del Mar High School. She has come on to replace Emilia Eichelberger, who has done the job with 13 big saves in this one, and she has put the Cardinal in a fantastic position to move on. Ahead 12-5 as we start this fourth quarter. Little backdoor drive here. Hope Stokes, big stop. Turning away Madison Stamen, but it will stay Stanford ball. So new shot clock. And this is something Stanford has done repeatedly. They get that offensive rebound, they get the shot clock reset, and they make that Fresno State defense work for 40, 60 seconds. Now a takeaway. Emily Nicholson there for the steal. So opening moments, fourth quarter, 12-5, Stanford leads. We have one more game coming up. UCLA, the home team, will take on Hawaii in our last quarterfinal.
Coachman.
Moving in, Fresno State, the skip, and it is field blocked away. Good help in front. Stamen stops that one.
Outlet into the front court. Carroll, the center.
Good look in close. Lob try is there. Lauren Indard has her second. Able to float that one up over the keeper's head and in. For a 13-5 advantage.
Carroll.
Good second look. Indart out of Monte Vista High School, Northern California. Water polo big in her family. Her dad Bennett won 2 titles while playing at Cal. Been heavily involved in the Olympic Club. They're the backers of the Catino Award, college water polo's Heisman. New shot clock now for Fresno State. They'll put it back in play at 2 meters. Avatal getting some action here early on in this fourth. Nicholson looking to turn, and she'll draw an exclusion. Skylar Jones, and that is all for Skylar. She has fouled out of this one with her third. think we have a lost cap here. So we'll take time to get a new one because we know that the other one is lost forever, or will they find it? It has been recovered. That's a shocker. Usually cap goes missing. Never get that thing back. It's Cynthia Rosa getting capped back up. Now Fresno State back on the attack.
Pass worked around. Rosa.
Skip past Avital. They'll score it. Ties her cap back on and then puts one in the back of the net. On the skip shot, Cynthia Rosa.
Rosa.
Her 12th.
On the finish.
Avital will look back at this one with regret because she got it with the right hand, but then couldn't control it after that, and right over her head and in. Rosa, developing talent for this Fresno State team, all Golden Coast Conference freshman team on the second squad. Handle some of the sprints for Fresno and showing off some of her shooting ability. 13-6 now. Inside the turn and the score. So Lexi Roll getting inside, turning and scoring. That's her 7th goal. Fighting off that sun, got the position, got the turn and the score. And then we'll take a breather. 14-6 the lead for Stanford as they are on their way back to the semifinal round. Tipped out. Avital gets a piece of that on the Gavermone try.
Tipped away. Avital. Marciano works now. Keep on.
Under 5 to play. A few fakes here. Diacono tries to go inside, and Fresno State will turn it over.
Ball turns it over to Stanford. Under 5 to play. That's a Weinbelt.
Celeste Weinbelt, the freshman from Tustin, has come on.
Cross pass. Stamen.
Madison Stamen now controlling. Back inside, a low skip from Christina Hicks, the freshman from Hawaii. And that is taken away.
Exclusion on 16, Dark Hicks.
And then Hicks will be excluded.
And 30-second timeout.
And then a timeout will be called. So Hicks excluded, and then Fresno State will have the advantage. Christina Hicks and then Eichelberger, both from the Punahou program, the Dynasty squad in Hawaii. Tenth try on the power play here for Fresno State. Gavermone gives a look. Here's Rosa. Working around now, Preciado. Off the hand, sides coming even, and Avital knocks that one out of play. On the attempt there from Preciado. Sides are back even. Shot clock is reset for Fresno State. They'll go back on the 6-on-5 again, an exclusion called. That'll send off Celeste Weinbelt. Bulldogs back on the power play. Can they punch it in here? Skip shot. Stopped. Rosa tried to have the answer for Fresno State. Ivital is there. And now as we go the other direction, there'll be an exclusion. This will go against Cynthia Rosa. And Stanford will call a 30-second timeout. And they'll get set up here on offense. Power play for the Card.
Works in the six pocket. Carroll. On the outside lines. Right in dart. Back to Carroll.
Florian Carroll will track that ball down. Carroll, cross pass. It's there. Florian Carroll swings it across to Madison Stamen, who puts it home. And Stanford ran that play before. They went for the shorter route. This time they go longer across the way to find Stamen. We'll get a second look here. So they had that initial look inside for Christina Hicks. They pass on Hicks. They go Stamen. A double look there on the far post. And they put it home. 15-6, Stanford in front. Now 4 of 10 on the power play. Cardinal stepping in front here with the turnover. Weinbelt comes up with it.
Steal to Katie Lyons.
Celeste Weinbelt on the attack.
Weinbelt pulls up,
puts that inside, and Hope Stokes is there with the save. And that's the 8th save of the day for Stokes, and she's a special story. Stokes out of Merced, California, was playing club water polo at Fresno State. They recruited her to join the team. She was not a goalie. She has not played goalie. She is now the starting goalie for one of the top teams in the country. And you never know the difference.
In the corner. Pushman back to Guillemot.
Off the bar. Follow is there. Nicholson cleans it up on the 6-on-5 connect for Fresno State.
Off the crossbar, rebound right there in front of Nicholson. Picks it up, puts it in. Good at 2:14.
Second goal of the day for Nicholson here. Cleaning things up in front. Ricochet there. Avital got a piece of it. Nicholson, right place, right time. Able to convert.
Here we go, Doug. Let's go, Doug. Let's go, Bulldog.
Talking about Hope Stokes, the keeper for Fresno State. She went to Merced College, played there, piled up the goals. 72, 2017, 68, 2018. Then comes over to Fresno State as a club player, ends up becoming a goalie. You're just talking about a natural athlete.
Hicks stuck around for too long.
Hicks is excluded again. So some learning moments here for the newcomer from Hawaii.
6-on-5, Bulldogs.
And another power play for the Fresno State team. Redirected close, and now Emily Nicholson is getting it going. That's her third. This is what Fresno State had hoped to see from Nicholson in the offense earlier on. And here from the Fresno State bench, the cry to finish strong. Even though this one appears to have certainly gone the way of Stanford.
Final buck and a half on the clock.
Just 90 seconds remain now in this one. Carroll looking for Katie Lyons. She'll take the shot off the bar, and Stokes able to gather before it bounces off her back and goes in.
Rebound control by Stokes. Carroll called for the ordinary, defending against Nicholson.
Nicholson now on the perimeter. And she did not get the ball live, didn't restart play. The delay turns it over, and the Cardinal have numbers. It's Katie Lyons with the defender giving chase. Lyons into Stokes, pops it up over her head, and that one is good to go. Katie Lyons has another. She scored early on. Stokes charging off of her line. Again, you see the 2-on-1 developing with the defender giving chase.
Okay.
Under 40 seconds left. Entry in, double team, passed back out.
Top that's Coachman.
Another exclusion.
Exclusion drawn for Dark.
This is the 14th power play that Fresno State has had, and they make it count. Callie Woodruff. And the Texan has another. Second look here. Some big water polo weekends in Texas. Girls high school state championships last weekend, boys this weekend. Sport is growing rapidly in the Lone Star State, and seeing that top high school talent now compete with some of the best programs collegiately in the country. And this one is just about done. Stanford will move on. They take it over Fresno State 16-9. So the Cardinal are back into the semifinal round as they defeat the upset-minded Fresno State Bulldogs. Stanford improves to 13-5 on the year. Fresno State, there your stops here. They end at 13-6, but a banner campaign for the Bulldogs to make their first trip to the NCAA tournament. And for Stanford, they have eyes on repeating as NCAA champions. They take that next step. They will await the winner of our next match with UCLA and Hawaii to come. Cardinal
3 goals and 1 steal in the cage.
With an excellent defensive effort when it mattered most in that second half. Emily Eichelberger with a big third quarter. She, in total, piles up 13 saves. Eventually, Maya Avatal would come in to give her a breather. On offense, Jewel Romer did their work early. 4 goals. Sarah Klass added 4 as well. Katie Lyons, Lauren Indart, 2 goals apiece. For Fresno State, Emily Nicholson got going, but much later she finishes with 3 goals. Callie Woodruff, Daphne Gevermone with 2 goals apiece. And of course, Hope Stokes goes the whole way in net for Fresno State with 7 saves. And here's our updated bracket. So right now, everything holding to form. All the seeds advancing as they should. No upsets. USC, Arizona State in one half, Stanford, and then we'll find out who will join them. UCLA and Hawaii coming up next. Final look at some of our key plays in this one. Fresno State gave Stanford a push early on, but the defending champs showed their mettle late, picking up the convincing victory to move on to the semifinals. UCLA and Hawaii coming up next. We'll step aside for now and return to Westwood at around 6 p.m. Pacific.
To both teams. Stanford will move on. Fresno State. Enjoy the rest of your stay. Get home safely. Brockett.